This is the Self-Aware Leader Podcast. Now your host, Jason Rigby.
I love this quote by Abraham Lincoln. He said this: always bear in mind that your own resolution to success is more important than any other thing. You're just like, I don't think I agree with that quote, Jason. Let me read it again. Abraham Lincoln. Always bear in mind that your own resolution to success is more important than any other thing. You're like, no, I have a lot of priorities, Jason. I have tons of things that are way more important. Really? What is it? Well, my family, it's really important to me. What would your family look like if you were successful? Would your family benefit from you being successful? And what does that look like really? Are you using your family as an excuse to screw around, to goof off, to watch Netflix, say that you're there with them and that, you're bonding even though you haven't talked the whole time and you've been on your phone and they're on their phone? Are you just doing a bunch of quantity time and then using that as an excuse? Or do you schedule quality time with your family when there's no phones around that you can communicate and talk or do something that there is a level of communication that is beneficial to not only their success, but to yours too? When you begin to understand that the most important thing that you do in your life is having that resolution, as Abraham Lincoln said, that resolution to success. Because whatever you think your life, your purpose, your destiny, whatever potential you think you have as a person, you're going to need tenacity. You're going to need discipline. You're going to have to take the time to understand and gain clarity on what success looks like for you specifically. And for each and every one of you, it is different. You cannot cookie cut success. Success comes from you grinding it out day in and day out. It comes from you taking yourself, believing in you, believing in your higher self, getting creative and putting in the work and doing what you know you need to do. That commitment and the quality of that commitment is going to be tested every single day. You're going to have deep disappointment in your life. It's going to happen. You're going to fail. You're going to fail over and over and over and over again. And sometimes you're going to have to stand alone. And the people that you think love you are not going to understand what you're doing, because their level of success may not be your level of success. They may be happy making $36,000 a year and working 2 or 3 or 4 days a week. Maybe they're happy being at a job for 30 years and having a 30-year mortgage and being where they're at, and that's perfectly fine. Don't judge them. But if you're an entrepreneur, and if you're looking at success a lot different than the average person that's out there, then that quality, I'm going to tell you, that quality of commitment, as Abraham Lincoln said, that resolution to success, that commitment that you make, it's got to understand and know, the commitment has to understand and know that you are going to believe in it, that you are going to take that commitment seriously. Is the commitment worth doing? And if it is, will I commit myself to doing it? Am I going to carry through and be the person that I'm supposed to be and have integrity for the success that I know that I should have? Because I have been gifted as an entrepreneur. I have been gifted in leadership. I have been gifted in this, and this. And in that gift comes responsibility. And I'm telling you, you're going to be tested on this. The minute that you decide to commit yourself to carrying it through, you're going to get tested. This is how you level up. The test shows you your weaknesses. Tests show you what you need to work on. They're just learning lessons. That's all they are. The obstacle that you think is in your way most of the time, our emotions make it way bigger than what it is. It's a Trojan horse. It's nothing. If we catch it before it gets into the thought process and to the gates, then we don't have to have all that hormones and emotions go crazy in our brain. If we calm down, relax, and focus, we can usually get it done pretty quickly, and we can overcome that obstacle. We all know that's true, don't we? The problems that you have, that problem that you're facing, is not that big of a problem. The problem seems big because you're procrastinating. It's the emotion of the procrastination and you guilting yourself and feeling bad for it that makes the problem actually bigger instead of just tackling and get it done. In the Marine Corps, we always talked about when you're going into battle, it's the feeling before, the nervousness and everything. Once you're doing it, it's fine. Like you're in there. You may be a little stressed or whatever, and you may be a little nervous, but you're paying attention and everything's going on. Your training's taking over all that. And you're so focused on not just yourself, but, those that are around you, your close friends, and making sure that everyone's safe, that's the priority. But it's the beforehand. It sucks. It's almost like, I wish I could hurry up and get this over with. And it's the waiting and the waiting and the waiting and the waiting. And that's the same thing. This battle that you need to go through, it's the waiting and the procrastination that's killing you, not the actual problem. So when you can say, okay, I'm making a commitment, a quality commitment to follow through, and I'm going to overcome this obstacle or problem in my life right now, and I'm going to start gaining clarity on the problem becomes a lot smaller. If you want to have greater tenacity and you want to accomplish the things that you desire, you've got to make a decision. You have to embrace. The word embrace, hug, like a full embrace with someone that you truly, truly love. That's amazing. You have to embrace commitment wholeheartedly in your life. And I want to ask you a question today. Where do you stand when it comes to commitment? I want you to look at your past and see what your track record's been. And then I want you to write that down. And I don't want you to feel guilty about it. I don't want you to feel failure. I want you to burn that piece of paper. And then I want you to write a declaration of how you're going to embrace commitment. I want you to sign and date it and put it in front of your computer and put it in front of your monitor. Put it where you take a shower, and I want you to look at that commitment that you are going to decide to be honest and have integrity to yourself first. You start being honest with yourself, you'll start being honest with other people. You start having integrity for yourself, you will start creating success. It's that simple, guys. So I encourage you today, I'm going to read Abraham Lincoln's quote again, and we'll close. Always bear in mind that your own resolution to success is more important than any other thing.
Thank you for tuning in to the Self-Aware Leader Podcast with host Jason Rigby. We hope this episode has inspired you to unleash your full potential and embrace your inner leadership. By expanding your consciousness, you can transform your mind, body, and soul and become the remarkable leader you were always meant to be. If you found this episode valuable, please share it with your loved ones and help us expand our community. Thank you for listening, and we look forward to having you join us again on the Self-Aware Leader Podcast.